Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make 5 DIY lip balms using school supply items. If you're new to my channel and you'd like to see future DIY videos, please click that subscribe button. And if you enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. The first one will be a pencil sharpener lip balm. For this one, you will just need some sort of pencil sharpener like this. To make the lip balm, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of beeswax along with 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Place that in a microwave-safe container and melt that on 10-second increments in the microwave until it is fully melted. Once it was melted, I just added a little bit of lipstick to give it a tint. Pour the lip balm mixture into the pencil sharpener, making sure not to fill it up too full so there's room to close it. Once it's filled up, put that in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. Here is mine once it was complete. The next one will be a glue stick lip gloss. For this one, I'm going to use one of these scrapbook glues. I want to make sure that it has one of these kinds of applicators on it. So for this lip gloss, I do recommend using a glue that you have never used before, as you will be using the applicator. So what I did was I just removed the piece that held the glue in, and then in a container or a reusable container, I emptied out the glue so I can use the glue later. Once all the glue is emptied out, you will want to make sure that you thoroughly wash and clean out the glue, and I just did that with some warm soapy water, and it took me several times to get it completely clean. The next thing I did was I just put some hot glue on the other end just to prevent anything from leaking out. You will need some coconut cooking oil, and you want to find the one that remains in the liquid state and doesn't harden when it gets cold. I just added the coconut oil to the glue container. Now, since this is only going to be a glossy lip gloss, I wanted to add a little bit of scent to this one, so I'm going to use some of this bubblegum flavoring. And that is all there is to make this easy DIY lip gloss. You can prank your friends when you pull this out and you put it on your lips. Next DIY lip balm will be a crayon. For this one, you will need some sort of round container like this. A bead container would work great. The lip balm in a microwave-safe container, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of beeswax along with 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. I melted that in the microwave on 10-second increments until it was fully melted. To give this one some tint, I'm going to add a little piece of a red crayon. Pour the mixture into the container. Set that in the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes. For the next part, you will need one of these jumbo crayons and also an X-Acto knife. Place the X-Acto knife blade over a candle flame. Be very careful with this part. Once the blade is heated up, then just cut off the top portion. Use some strong glue to glue it to the bottom. print out a wrapper. I will leave a link down below where you can print this one out and cut it down to size. Apply some glue and secure it to the container. That is how you make this easy DIY lip balm. Next DIY will be a paint palette lip balm in a rainbow color. For this one, you will need an empty and clean paint palette like this one. The next thing that you will need is some rainbow eyeshadows. And what I did was I just began by scraping a little bit of each of the colors of the rainbows into little cups. To make the lip balms for these over an open candle flame, I'm going to melt a little bit of beeswax with some coconut oil. Once that's melted down, then I will add each of the colors and begin adding them to the paint palettes. Be very careful with this as you are working with an open flame. And that is how you make these easy DIY lip balms in a paint palette. Last DIY lip balm will be a pencil. For this one, you will need the same type of container as we used before. Lip balm for this one, I'm going to use some shea butter. And what I did in a microwave safe container, I melted 1 tablespoon of shea butter along with 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. I melted that on 10-second increments until it was fully melted. Was melted, I added a little piece of lipstick and mixed that together. Pour the mixture into the container and set that in the refrigerator for about 10 to 15 minutes. Here is mine once it was out of the refrigerator. The next thing you will want to do is paint the container yellow. To make the top of the pencil, I am just going to use some white Play-Doh. Just begin by shaping it into the tip of a pencil. Once it's the right size and shape, then take a wooden skewer or a toothpick and poke a hole in the center. Now you will need the lead from one of these types of pencils, and you just want to place that into the hole that was just made. After the paint on the container has dried, then you will want to place that onto the container and form it around so it fits in there pretty snug, and then let that dry for about 24 hours. Now to make the eraser, I'm just going to take the cap and then I'm going to use some pink eraser clay, roll that into a ball, and then form it so it looks like an eraser sitting on the top of the pencil. Once I have the eraser the way that I wanted it, then I just removed it from the cap and I baked that in the oven according to the package instructions. I'm going to use a piece of this silver duct tape. And what I did was I just cut off a little piece of it to wrap around the top of the pencil below where the eraser is. The last thing that I did was I glued the eraser to the top of the pencil. That is how you make this DIY lip balm that looks like a pencil, and you can actually use it. I hope you guys enjoyed all of these DIY lip balms inspired by school supplies. Love it if you gave this video a thumbs up. Also, you can check out some of these other DIY school-inspired videos. Leave me a comment, let me know which one was your favorite. Until next time, I hope you guys all have an amazing day.